It's Dr. Jen or Dr. Baker from drjenmed.com. How are you? How are you doing today, Sunday? Busy? Well, certainly in my neck of the woods. People are playing music and, several neighbors playing music actually. So it's feeling pretty good as a Sunday afternoon. I don't know, my spirit does feel a little happier today. How about you? How you doing? Well, as promised, today we are talking about a big topic. We are talking about stress today. And I think this is one of the topics that you probably want to grab pen and paper to maybe jot down anything that, cross your mind and makes you say, yeah, this applies to me, right? So let's get started. What is stress? What is stress? So we use the term, boy, I feel stressed out, or boy, this is stress. But what does it mean? So stress is that feeling of like we cannot cope. Whatever is in front of us is beyond what we can manage. It's demanding too much from us, basically. This is just way too much, And to be frank with you, stress is not really a bad thing. Hi, Carla. It's not a bad thing, but it's when it becomes excessive stress that we have a problem. I don't know how long this video is going to take, but we'll see how it goes in terms of how much we can get through. Because when I was really preparing this video, I realized, boy, it's a lot to unravel. Now, because we want to focus mostly on the management of stress, I'm going to kind of go fast in these earlier parts. So what are some of the things that cause stress? Well, if you are scared, you get stress. I mean, right now, if you see a thief, a gunman, a possible rapist, stress. Danger, fright. Suppose you get a diagnosis, my God, you have cancer. You get a bad news, somebody dead. But, anything can become stressful when it's beyond what you can cope with. Oh my God, millions of people are going to die from corona. It becomes stress. I lose my work. How am I going to provide? How am I people them going to eat? It becomes stress. So stress is simply anything that's going to push you beyond what you can normally deal with on a day-to-day basis. So you find that some people can deal with stress better than others because they can cope with the stress better than others. Some people, for instance, are stressed if they will be abandoned. You're with your spouse or your partner and you're afraid them left you. That is stressful. For some people, it is the connection with their child. You see some mothers with them sons and they don't want to let go. There is that stress if my child is to leave me and move on. All of these things can become stress. Your stress is not more important than my stress. Why? Because at the end of the day, the stress has an impact on you. It is the impact it has on you. It is how you view it that is going to determine the sort of problem it creates in your body. Understand? So is this going to be a thing that you just solve easily, or is it going to drag on for weeks, months, years? A lot of that is up to you. Okay? Okay, good. So now let us talk about the stress response. Now, it's awesome that God created our bodies to heal. If I get a scratch right now, it bleed, I wash it off, I clean it, right? What will happen over the next days or weeks? My body will try to heal this cut. Understand me? In biology, they call this principle homeostasis. Your body is always going to try to bring things to a balance. So if I have a cut, my body is going to try and make a scar to heal. It's the same thing with stress. Okay, listen to me. I'm setting the groundwork for what we're going to discuss in the rest of this video. So when you wake up in the morning, your body is a little more active, right? Because you're getting ready to deal with the day. So you have to be alert. You have to, you're going in a taxi, you're driving, you're in the bus. You have to be alert. You have to watch. You have to be careful. So you are more active. You're under a little more stress. And this is normal stress. This is not no crazy stress. When you come in, you're relaxed in the evening now. You're winding down. Your stress level naturally falls because it's now time to rest and relax and get some sleep. This is the normal pattern. You're a little more alert in the daytime. In the evening time, it's time to wind down and rest. But here comes Mr. Stress. So you're doing your regular day to day, and then all of a sudden you get a news. Hurricane a come. Eh? So such and such person crash in a bike accident and dead. You get a news. Something happen. A big old argument, a big old cuss. Your boss do something, somebody thief, you come home and you see them broke into the house, right? You get something has happened. And this now is, how am I going to cope? This is what is stress. Or you might see danger. You might be walking home and you see two dogs bark after you. Are these dogs going to chase me? Do I need to run? This is stress. All right? Good. So what happens is that your body, just like how it wants to heal a cut, your body says, all right, something is coming to attack me, to hurt me. I need to fix it. I need to be ready to fix this problem. All right? And so what your body does between the brain and the glands in your body is that it says, listen, I'm going to create this response to give Janice, to give you the best chance of surviving. The stress response is all about survival. It's all about you surviving this danger, because all your body can think of is danger, danger, all the siren, all the red flags, danger. So what happens? Your body says, listen, Janice is in danger. It's time to fight, or it is time to flight. So it's time to either fight this danger or to run from the danger. And for some people, the danger can be so overwhelming that they literally panic and freeze. So them see a gunman and them just freeze. I have experienced that. You get such a bad news. You cannot even cope. You just freeze. You just pass out. I can't cope. You get almost catatonic. You can't talk. People have to revive you. So generally, the stress response is either to give us the energy to run, to get away from the danger, to fight the danger. And when it is excessive, it's like the body is trying to power down. So we don't even have to think about the danger. Let's pretend we are dead almost. So what happens? Your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, and all of your resources in your body goes to those organs that you will need to fly from this danger. So you need your muscles to run. You need your eyes to can't see properly. You need the energy. You see those mothers who lift cars off of them picnic. Do some super strong things. Lift up certain stuff them couldn't lift up. Fight off men stronger than them. How them do it? How them find the power? Because all your body can think of is to survive. That is the essence of the stress response. Survival at all costs. Every energy in your body. So, the energy that was to go to you, winding down, as I told you in the evening, maybe you need to number 2, defecate, get out the stool and those things that need to come out of your body. It's not time for that right now. Right? If I see a gunman, it's not time to be using the toilet. You understand what I'm saying? Right? It's not time for that. It's not time to be sleeping right now. It's not time to rest and relax. It's time to move it. It's time to fight. That is the stress response. It is the body saying, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to give you all the energy you need to move it, to escape, or to fight. That is the stress response. Okay? And it is for danger. Do you understand that? Is that clear? Good. I want to understand it, because when we go on the deeper levels of stress, if you don't understand the basics, you can't see how you can fix it in your life. So you understand that part? Okay, wonderful. So, we know about the stress response. We know the purpose of it. And the thing about it too is that when you are under the stress response, you are not creative. You are not thinking at the highest level of intelligence. You're not trying to think about what is the square root of 100. I wonder how to make all you can think about is to survive. Me no know about none else. All me want to know is how to survive corona. Me no want to know how to do this. Your mind just get one track minded. I need to survive. I can't see nothing else but survive. You understand? You get into a survival mode. You don't even see. If you're in a mind sharp. Listen, I was in the supermarket and I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago, a worker there. And they were saying to me, boy, if up to them picking it, the way them scared of corona. If up to them picking it have corona, they don't want them picking it come round them. When the woman said to me, my eye pulp out, so, me say, your own child? Me say, there is nothing nobody could have keep me away from my picking it. But I'm just telling you the level of what fear can paralyze even how you would have normally reason. You understand? Which is why it is important to control stress. Because when you're stressed out, you don't reason properly. All you can think about is to survive. I will survive. All right. So, the stress now has two forms. And these are science terms, but it's important to know because you have to go figure this out. You have acute stress and you have chronic stress. So chronic stress, like how you hear them talk about chronic diseases, are stresses that are there for long. So it's stress. I always wish I had my daughter teddy bear. So let me see if I can find something else. So it's a stress. A chronic stress is a stress you hug up. You get so used to the stress. You know, me, I'm a stress. You know, you hug it up. You know those stress. Yes, and you know my mother never loved me and my father never treat me good. You hug up the stress. Those are the chronic stress. You get so used to it, you know. And then you have the acute stress. The stress that catch you off guard. You could never see it coming. It's like life did happy. And it make you say, boy, it don't make sense you're even happy. Because anytime you're happy too long, here comes something you could never predict could come. Not true? Now, the thing with acute stress, all right, and this is not, what I'm telling you is now observation. This is not I learned in medical school. This is just my observation, okay? What I've noticed with those stress that you're not prepared for, right? You see, if you not figure out a way to cope with it and resolve it, and the stress come to you wicked and give you one big lick, right? If you don't figure out how to cope, I find that shortly after that, people get sick. I noticed that. You understand? Dr. Jen is not saying, don't go to your doctor and say, Dr. Jen said, if I have this stress, I must get sick. I am not saying that. I am saying that what I have noticed in some people is when them get a really unexpected big stress and them don't deal with it and figure out how to cope with it, usually some sickness come up later on. You understand? Cancer. Very don't you notice it? Don't you notice it? We would say, you might see a person, them spouse dead, and shortly after that, them develop breast cancer. You ever see that? I have seen things like that. I don't do no scientific studies to say the two are for certain related, but I've seen enough of it. Or one person, one spouse dead, and shortly after that, the other one dead. And then we say it's heartbreak. But is what? It is stress. It was just too much for the person's body to cope. And so that stress now starts to impact the body, and it leads to disease. So you have to be careful with those big overwhelming stress, because you have to find out some way to cope. You have to. You understand? Which is why when you have tragic accidents, like when you hear like a mother lose all her pitney, gun, you know, them kill the child and whatever, a lot of the times them have to sedate the mother at the hospital, put her to sleep. Why? Because them know if them make her deal with the stress, she might have a heart attack. Not true? Good. Now, in the past videos, I've shared with you how chronic stress, the one we hug up for the long time, it causes sickness a different way. It is months and years, and then you wonder why the pressure go up, the stomach start bother you, acid reflux, peptic ulcer disease, panic attack, depression, heart disease, autoimmune disease, easy to get sick, immune system low, so you're easy to get sick. You're easy to get reaction to every little thing, allergy and asthma. A lot of these things have been linked to stress. To stress. They say about 80% of diseases have been linked to stress, have been associated with stress. So now let us talk about the impact of stress and of the mind on stress. All right? Now, here it is. I'm going to write 2 words. And you are going to tell me, well, I know you're talking to yourself, but you can type it if you want to type, you know. I'm going to write 2 words, and I'm going to show you the difference just the words are going to have on you. So I'm going to write love. And then I'm going to write hate. I don't know if it's backwards. On my camera, it's showing backwards. I don't know. It's a Facebook app. I'm not sure, right? But this top word is love and this is hate, right? Now, when you love somebody, let's say you fall in love. That's a perfect example, right? Or, you know, you look at your children and you feel that love. How it make you feel? How your emotions, how your body feel? Don't you feel happy? Don't you feel joyful and nice? No. Now think about hatred. When you hate somebody, and I have hated before, so I know how it feels. You know, when you hate somebody, you hate, as we would say, you hate them like poison. How does it make you feel? The mind is connected with how even your body feels about it. Just as how love make you feel happy, right? Hatred, anger, all of that creates a level of stress response in your body. That is what, when you boil it down to gravy, that is what happens. Because at the end of the day, your body starts to feel different way. You notice a change. And I'm not talking about the feel, just the emotional feeling. You can feel it in your body. When you hate somebody, you can feel your heart all beat faster. You can feel your fist them all want clench up. Not true? No, you can feel like you're ready. Make you just talk about one of your enemies, somebody who spitefully do you something. And you're talking about the story, and yes, you're emotional, but it's like your body ready to fight. Ready. Make you talk about some pain you got through as a child or in your younger days. Maybe you did have a boyfriend who did beat you up, and you did live, you know, you were living with him, living together, and you feel stuck. You feel stuck. You don't have nowhere else to go. You're living at him yard and you feel stuck. You don't have no money and you don't have nowhere else to go. You feel stuck. What that feeling feel like? It's a feeling, you know, but it make you feel like, boy, I wish I could run, but you can't run. It is still triggering the same stress response. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of the times we think of stress as, boy, I'm in a hand of money. But it's a lot of these emotional issues that are triggering the same stress response. And you know what make it worse? I'm dropping a lot of gems today, you know. Hope you're taking notes. I tell you, get a pen and paper and jot down little things, right? What make it worse? Let me go back to that example of the woman that live at the man's yard. And she really feels stuck and she won't come out but can't come out. But let us fast forward. Say God bless her. Say 5 years she get her escape. She free. But maybe she smell a cologne that remind her of the man. You hear what I'm saying? She smell a cologne that remind her of the man. Or maybe she hear a bird which sound like one of the birds, maybe a jabbling crow that always in the yard where she used to live. And what you think happens? Her mind just get triggered back as though she was at the yard right then and there. Understand what I'm saying? This is the power of the mind. This is the power of the mind when it now puts us back into a stress response. And that is how, in a nutshell, it becomes like chronic stress. So we don't even have to be around the stress anymore, but we have triggers that just trigger us, and we are back to being there. We are back to being stress. So I told you about love and hate. Let me use another one. This one now, we'll write 2 more words, and you come up with your opinions about these 2 words. This says faith and fear. Faith and fear. When you are fearful, you're afraid of something, how it make you feel? You're afraid of everything. You're afraid of your boss. You're afraid of the spouse you live with. You're afraid of police. You're afraid of soldier. You're afraid God soon come back. You're afraid of hellfire. You're afraid of everything. The fear, what does fear do? Triggers the stress response. Thank you. Triggers the stress response. So your brain automatically gone into that danger, danger, red alert, red alert. I need to protect her. I need to protect him. He or she is under danger. So what happens is that now the glands, the adrenals, these are glands that produce hormones, or stress hormones. You hear about cortisol and all of that. It starts to produce these stress hormones to allow us to fight or flight. Very good. Now, the problem with what I see with most people, and even including myself, which I have had to work on, is that we get into the habit of stressing out ourselves. You understand? We get ourselves in the habit of everything we stressed out. Oh God, me stress out. Oh God, me stress out. And we panic over every little thing. We can understand if you're stressed out about big danger, but because we have gotten in the habit of stress and hugging up the stress, we become easily stressed out. And what that creates is this habit of chronic stress. So our body is under almost continuous stress. Could you imagine? Your body don't get a chance to wind down, to relax, to say, boy, make your defecate, make your bowels free up, let your cells heal. No, it's constantly under stress, damaging your body. Now, some of us, we inherit it from where we grow. Maybe our auntie, uncle, parents, teachers, people around, they were more the stressed out type, right? But the long and short of it is that when you get yourself into the habit of stressing out, your mind, it not take nothing for you to go into this chronic stress response. Understand? When I go into a car to drive, I don't even have to think about turning on the car and driving. I drive automatically. Some people are stressing out on automatic. Stress don't even have to be there. You're stressed out. And you know how I can know, you know? Let me tell you how you know the stressed out people. And I'm not judging you because we just have to start where we're at. Right? The stressed out people, right? When you are around them, their energy, the energy. Let me give you a perfect example of the energy I'm talking about, all right? In the corona weeks when I was in the supermarket, I hated to go to the supermarket. You know why? Because by the time I leave the supermarket, I feel drained. You know why I feel drained? Because everybody is stressed out and panic. And, oh God, me no want this corona come to me now. Me no want to catch it. I me no want it. And this, all of this energy, this stress. And that is what people been doing for not just corona, just how you live. You just live stressed. Everything's stressed. If you cook and the salt drop, you stress out about that. If the water spill, you stress out about that. If rain fall, you stress. If sun shine, you stress. You're just in the habit of stress. All when you feel happy, you stress. You go beach, you still stress. You go on vacation, you still stress. It's like you cannot relax. You can never relax because you're under chronic stress. I think this is the most important thing I've said on the video so far. And I know I have many more important things to say. But a lot of us are in the habit of stressing out even when it's not necessary. You know why? Because it is now automatic. Just like driving, it is now automatic. Let me give you another example. A pure example man for this video, you know. Let's say a person decided to go and quit smoking. I want to stop smoking. Or I want to lose weight, right? I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to stop smoking cigarette. I'm doing it for like 1 week. Maybe even 2 weeks. What happened after that? They don't even know why. Them gone back to the cigarette and gone back to the junk food. Because it was a natural habit before. So the part of your mind that deals with habits, we call that the subconscious mind, has programmed you to eat junk food, to smoke, to do whatever, to drink your liquor. It's the same thing with the stress. Your mind is programmed and it is automatic to just keep stressing out over little and nothing. Over little, it reached that point. Over little and nothing. So your body is just always feeling tense. That's the right word. Yes, Dr. Jen. Your body just always tense. You know? Oh, God. Oh, hurry up now. You know, see, we're going late for school. Rush, 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 rush. You know? Oh, God, you know, see, me never do this. Oh, God. For little and nothing. It have to stop. It has to stop. Okay? It has to stop. Good. Why? Let me tell you why. We used to think, well, some people used to think, I have to drink some water. No. That we used to think that, you know, you get sick and you catch a sore throat, you have a sore throat and you need antibiotics and you're good. But we never really realize just how much a lot of the diseases are connected to our habit of stressing out ourselves. And as I told you in previous video, and I think I'm going to write this on my tombstone by now, right? That the mind is like going to movie theater. Like going to the cinema, go watch a movie. Your mind has an imagination, right? And this imagination can be put to good use or bad use. For example, one day I imagine, you know, I'm going to do some videos on Facebook. All right. I mean, I talk to patients before every day about pressure, and I say, you know, let me give this information to many people in the world, in Jamaica, about high blood pressure. And my imagination said, how about I do a video on Facebook and put it out there? That started in my imagination. Me never do no video yet. It was just a thought. I imagined it. I said, what would I say in this video? What am I going to use? My phone? How am I going to set it up? That was my imagination. After that video, so much people reach out to me to say thanks. You know, it was so helpful. Them pressure improving. It all started with my imagination. Now let us put that imagination to bad use now. Oh God, I'm going to get sick. I think the picnic I got drop. The child I got that. This or that. So our mind don't have to really see a marker. From it imagining the marker, in our mind, it is almost real. Once you are imagining, especially if it's a vivid imagination, to your mind, it is real. That is why when you smell an old smell or you see something that reminds you of something from your past that stress you out, it feels so real. It is not real. You are not in the danger. But to your mind, it's playing over that movie like a movie theater. So it feels real. Understand? And if it feels real, your mind is your brain going to, send out all those chemical signals to your body, and you're going to have a stress response. So we have to be in control of our minds, the things we let in through our eyes. That's why I told you from the beginning, you don't need to be watching Corona minute by minute. You don't need to know every detail we're going in Italy, China, America, Canada. You do not need to know case 0 in Jamaica. Say case 0 go here, there. You just need a general information, because the more you delve and focus into something that is traumatic for you, the more your body is stressed out. Now, another person can read and see these things and it don't bother them, You understand what I'm saying? But for you who it is stressing out, you have to be mindful of what you allow your mind to get to imagine. Why you think when some people watch a scary movie, horror movie, them have bad dreams? Why do they have bad dreams? Because that movie is now in their mind and it has scared them, even though the scary movie was just a movie. You have to be careful. People, listen to me. You have to be careful about the stuff you are viewing with your eyes, you are listening with your ears, all the senses, because that's how it comes in through your mind. Not true? Because your perception, what stress is really about, the perception of things. What do I mean by perception? Because that is kind of a big word for a lot of us. As I tell you before, you can watch a horror movie and you sleep like a baby. Me now, first of all, I don't watch horror movie at night. I don't watch horror movie by myself. And the older I get, I don't want to watch horror movie, period. Right? Right. My husband know that about me, right? But as an example, another person can watch horror movies and no problem. People who have anxiety, panic attack problem, you should not watch nothing scary, because it will just increase the fear level in your body and you will become more fearful. You understand? Just like how fat people who want to lose weight should not be watching Burger King ads and Chopped and all those things about food. Right? Good. Very good. I think you get the point. So, I think I have set the foundation. I could stop the video here, but I'm going to press along sales. We are going on to know how to manage stress. So now we know about stress. We know what causes it. We know how the body responds. We know how the mind responds. Okay? So now we are going to go on to how to manage stress. Now, I know a lot of you are on here thinking, oh yes, doc, we need to breathe and go into nature. I'm not starting stress management there, so let me tell you where stress management starts from. Stress management starts with the mind. It starts with the mind. It is our attitude. It is our beliefs. It is our way of perceiving what is stressing us out. Okay? Let me give you an example. For some people, like myself, if I saw a snake, I could literally pass out. It would stress me out. All right? For some people, it's a lizard or a roach or a rat or a frog or whatever. Now, if I can change my thinking and realize that almost all the snakes in Jamaica have no venom, have no poison, this cannot hurt me, this could not harm me, I could rationally tell myself that this is of no danger to me. But because my mind has been conditioned to believe that this is going to hurt me and I need to survive, I will always mount a stress response unless I stop the thought process. No, it's not going to be easy to stop the thoughts because your subconscious mind is so automatic. It is what makes you, it makes you who you are. It's your personality. So when you try not to deliberately train your brain how to behave, how to react, it will not come easy. That is why you try to stop smoke cigarette, it's going to take 100 tries, so to speak. You try go on a diet, you lose, you gain, you lose, you gain. It's going to take a lot more effort. But let me tell you, if you stick it out, baby steps, consistent, persistent, it will work. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, it will work. So your perception has to change. So let us say you were abused when you were younger. So now you reach the point that you don't even like when people touch you or hug you. You can't even show affection. So now you're around your spouse, and your spouse is a good person to you. She treats you good, she cook for you, she take care of you, everything. But because you use the pain, you're withdrawn. She's talking to you, she can't get through to you. You have to mentally say to yourself, what happened to me in my past has happened. I forgive them, I let it go, and I am moving forward. From this day forward, I will not be that same person. And you have to do this literally every day, because it's gonna take maybe months, years to reprogram your mind to be able to withstand stress. So all of these triggers are going to be coming at you, triggering you, and you have to have the presence of mind to say, listen, I'm not that child that was abused anymore. I'm a big grown woman now. I am not that man that was brutalized anymore. I'm a married man, I have my wife, I have to give her a certain love. You have to make those decisions. These are conscious decisions you have to make. You have to choose whether you're going to hug up the chronic stress or you're going to let them go, or you're going to make that decision to consciously, day by day. And I personally recommend keeping a little journal where you write down the things that you want to accomplish, right? And you say to yourself, all right, I am loved. I'm a loving person. I am not abused. I forgive if it even come to that, I believe God honors any little baby steps we take. I believe it. I don't believe we have to do something fantabulous and out of the world. I believe if we take the small steps that God will honor it, because we're making a move in the right direction. I think the purpose of this video is to help to show you where in your life you can look and find the things where really are trigger you off. The conflicts that really stressing you out. And you see, when you identify them, you just decide to make decisions. Decision every day. All when you're sad, all when you wake up sad, you still make the decision. All when the day not go good today, you're determined. You understand? You're determined. This is how it works. Me say, all when you say, boy, let me give you a good example. Say you are the type of person that you have a bad habit. And you're really trying to change it. You're really trying to drop something about it because you realize it's not good for you. You see, once you make a decision and you take action with that decision, even when you fall back into the bad habit, you see, once you brush yourself off and say, listen, yeah, I'm going to do the wrong thing. I forgive myself. But one thing I know, I'm moving forward, I'm pressing forward. There is nothing as powerful as that. There is nothing as powerful as that. You have had these stresses for years, maybe months, years. It's not going to drop off in one day or 1 week. You understand? But you do have to commit that every single day you plan to change how you perceive the stress. So when the water drop and spill from the picnic and it stress you out, that is the moment that you need to say, all right, it's just an accident, it's just a spill. Let's wipe it up. Now say you never said that. Suppose you cuss and say, Lord, I must see the thing spill. Oh God, the glass broke, right? And then in the evening now you catch yourself and say, boy, look how I overreact. Right? You overreacted. You had an excessive response, right? You don't beat up yourself and put yourself in no guilt trip and shame for that. It's all right. This is a mistake I made. What I should have done is I should have calmly said such and such, whatever. That is how you do it. Every single day you take a baby step forward. Every mistake you make, you must learn from it. A mistake is not to beat up yourself and feel shame about it. A mistake is to learn from it. You understand? A mistake is to say, why did I go wrong? How did I go wrong? Learn from it so you don't go wrong again. All right? So the most important part about stress management is realizing that it is how we perceive the stress, what we believe about the stress, what we think about it, that's impacting us. Because 10 persons can see the same motor vehicle accident on the road, and 2 out of the 10 develop anxiety attack after it. Why? Their perception, their personalities, the ball is in your court with that. You understand? As for me, Corona was a horrible time. Let's use Corona. Corona was a horrible time for the world, right? Because I know my personality, I made a decision early and I said I will not let Corona make me fearful. Up till now, I don't fear Corona. Up till now. Because I made that decision. So when people, and I love my mother used to text me every minute, Janice, you hear about Corona? And Corona, this and this one, that. And I had to say, Mommy, please don't send me these texts. I understand why, because I remember I'm in the medical field, so she's concerned that I'm going to be exposed to it, blah, blah, blah. But if me keep now checking these WhatsApp messages, right, with all of this fear, and I'm reading it, it's going to go into my mind as fear. And I have to guard my mind. I have to guard my mind from fear because it will stimulate a stress response. I had to make those decisions. And people don't realize how much TV, social media, talking to people about the same thing over and over, the impact it will have on your stress level. They don't. Which is why I'm here teaching you about it. So you cannot say that God never at least one time show you a way if you handle stress. What I'm telling you, you would spend a lot of money for a counselor, therapist, psychologist to get this level of information. I cannot replace those people, but I'm just explaining to you that these are some of the tips you need for use. Understand? All right. So, once you name human and you are alive, there will be stress. You understand? Let me say it again. From you are alive, there will be stress. You cannot avoid it. Just as how you have day and night, right? Sun and rain, there will be stress. Do not be shocked that life must have stress. It must. That's how the world set. The only thing you and I have control over is how we handle stress. You understand? It's how we handle stress. Are you going to complain? Lord have mercy and this and that, and you complain and you go on. Is that an effective way of handling stress? Let me leave it at that. Our bodies are made with the capacity to handle stress. But as Jamaican people would say, you carry a bucket to the well, I know it go, and at some point the bottom are gonna drop out. Some of us, our bodies are getting too much stress too often over little and nothing, and the body is saying, I cannot manage so much stress back to back. The water spilling on the floor, you cannot handle it like say somebody dead. Understand? And that is how we are handling stress. Too much. It's just too much for the body. And when it becomes too much, our bodies cannot cope and we get sicknesses in our body. All right. So, here is another example. And I kind of linked to it in a previous video before. People who are abusers, they deliberately know that to mentally break down somebody, they have to stress them out. Let me say that again. If an abuser wants to come and use you and abuse you and take advantage of you, they know they have to mentally break you down with stress. Stress you out. Stress you out. Abusers know that. They need to stress you out, because when you are stressed out, you are in survival mode. You are not thinking straight. You are easier to get sick, and you just cooperate. Oh God, me can't deal with nothing more. Me just take it. Me can't deal with nothing more. Me just take the lick. They want it. Me can't bother. Me just give up. Anything for survive. Abusers know that. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know who that one for, but I'm putting that out there. Another reason to get yourself out of stress. So, our attitude, stress management is not having to do with, boy, I'm going to go to a party and relax, and I'm going to go on vacation to relax. It is our attitude. First of all, let me tell you what has helped me the most. And people don't really understand this, because maybe them think Dr. Jen is maybe too God every minute she talking about God. Let me tell you something. I left church, would I call it backslide or whatever. So when I tell you about God, I'm not telling you about God from a, goody two shoes, grow up in church all my life, so that's all I know. I'm telling you from a perspective that I left church things, church business, right? And from life experience, God called me back to himself, and that is how I learned to know about God. You see, the biggest secret to stress is realizing I am human. At any moment, I can die. I can have a sickness because I'm human. So what me do now? I say, listen, Father God, my life is in your hand. My life is in whose hand? Your hand. If you're ready for me for dead, I just have to accept it. Because if God ready for you for dead, I just so. I'm not going to do nothing crazy. But the point I'm making is that I just have realized that, listen, I can do all the best I want to do. I'm doing my best. But my life is in God's hand. My husband, my picking my children, my business, everything is in God's hand. So I feel him problem. Understand? It is God's problem to solve. So when I just sit back and rest in God's hand now, I'm going to say, all right, Father Corona, go around. What, Father God, my life is in your hand. What are you going to do? Stressing out won't help. When you stress out yourself, you cannot fix the economy. You cannot fix Corona. You cannot. Stress don't help not a soul. Nobody. So might as well we focus on what or who can help. I'm telling you what works for me. So I put everything in God's hand. Everything. Does it mean that I'm lazy and don't do what I have to do? No. But I put faith without works is dead. So I have my faith in a God. I'm still at work. You understand? I can't say, boy, I want my children and my husband to be healthy. I may give them junk food. That makes sense? No. No. You understand what I'm saying? So I pray and say, God, give us, I pray for good health. I pray for a long, healthy life. You know, I put our life in our lives in your hand. But at the same time, I need to go out there, go get some fresh air and sun. And I need to cook up the vegetables and the natural seasoning and all of that. I have to do all of that. You understand? Good. Now, so that is how I feed my mind on what God says, trusting in God, what He promises me, right? And I've just told you how my mind, how I have to guard my mind from the foolishness that's out there that's trying to stress me out and make me fearful. And you have to guard your mind from what you see, hear, and all of that. All right? Good. Now, let us talk about how we feed our mind now. I explained already about the TV, the social media, but now let's talk about the people. You have to be careful about the people you are around. Are these people negative, toxic, horrible? I mean, we would like to believe everybody is nice and dandy, but really and truly, you know that there are people who all they want to do is just make you fearful and stressful a lot of the times for their own purposes. A lot of the times it's because they are worried themselves. But if you are carrying somebody who worried, it's going to start drag you down. It's going to start stress you out. So you have to guard your mind. You have to guard your mind. You understand? For instance, if you are trying to study to pass a certain course, maybe you're doing a degree or a diploma or whatever, and all your friends them want to do a eyeglass skylark. That makes sense? No. So you have to be careful with the people that you are listening to, because if you are listening to fearful, worried people, birds of a feather flock together. My husband is a TV man, right? And he will watch the CNN and this and that. When he turn on TV, I go in the room. I don't want to hear about how much people dying. I do not want to hear about death. You understand? And you know CNN will play 1 hour, 2 hours, the same story over and over and over. Get the news you need. You can get that in half hour, right? But to hear the same death and you're going to die and this one, this and this and that, and there's no cure, it just, what does it do? Thank you. Now you have, apart from people who are worried, you have people who love drama. Them love the drama, them love the chaos, them love the quarreling, them love it. You have like they literally love it. Them not love peace. Them love when there is contention and brawling and, and disgrace and dishonor. Stress. Understand? Stress. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, music. So all I want to listen to the boy and gun tune and whatever, and violence, and me I go make a dopey and this one I got dead. That's going into your mind. You said, no, it's just music, and music is just expression and art. It's going into your mind. Another sad love song rocking my brain. Oh yeah? Yeah man, this sad love song will start to rock your heart too. And we follow up celebrities and we put them on this high pedestal, right? Tracking them every move. And don't realize that we are obsessing over people. And this is creating an imagination in our mind that, boy, one day we would really love to be like this celebrity. You understand? Stress. It's just more stress. You have to guard what you're seeing, what you're reading, the videos you're watching. Some of them are watching porn. And you think, oh, porn is fun because, I feel happy when I do what I do, right? But you don't realize that now when you're ready to settle down with your long-term partner, a.k.a. husband and wife, it's mash up your sex life. You understand? It mash up your sex life. Yes, I'm going to say it, because really and truly we have to deal with the issues that are affecting relationships and marriages and family life, because these are the things that make us stress. You know, these are the things that making us stress. So we're doing stuff not realizing that we're feeding our minds with things that eventually going to create stress in the long run. Understand? Good. Now, how about how you feed in your body? How you feed your body. What are things that make you stressed? Let me tell you, dehydration. As I said, that make me drink some more water. Dehydration. You're not getting enough fluids. When you're dehydrated, you're going to feel more tense, you're going to feel more anxious, you're going to feel more stress. That's a fact. Too much stimulants, caffeine, soda, Pepsi, coffee, too much, junk food, sugar. Hello, the junk food, the processed foods now. The processed foods where God bless what is in it now. Like seriously, how it just puts stress on your cells. Stress on your cells. The cells need the real and living nutrients to grow, to repair, to divide. When you give it junk, it cannot. They cannot. Alcohol. Excessive consumption of alcohol is, it's just a no-no. So we have to feed our body to optimize stress, to reduce our stress. You just try it for 2 weeks. Eat clean, eat good food, and see if you don't feel a difference. Cut out the soda, cut out the Pepsi, the Red Bull, and them foolishness, the whole heap of liquor, and tell me if you don't feel better. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you're going to feel better. Especially when you drink out this whole heap of juice and sugar and cran water and tang and this and that. How you feel after you drink? First you drink, it feel nice, but check yourself 20 minutes later. You feel like crap afterwards. Because it gives you the high, then you get the drop. You understand? Good. Feed your body right. Stress management. Now, what are some of these activities, relaxing activities, that we can use to reduce our stress? I know that's what you thought this video was about, relaxing activities and all of that. But you know, Dr. Jen, I don't believe in covering up symptoms. I believe in getting to the problem. So finally we get to what most people wanted to hear, the relaxing activities. You know, when I wrote this down, I said, this is what I wrote. See my paper here? Life has become upside down. Left is right and right is left. Basically, a typical day is so full and busy that we have limited time for the most important things. You see how life changed? Life has become so busy with all these busybody activities that we don't have the time for the most important activities. So here it is. You expect Dr. Jen to tell you about how to relax your nerves when, first of all, our day is totally off. The most important activities should be time with God, time with yourself, and time with family and friends. That's how it should be. Let me say it again. How life should be is that we should have time with God, time with ourselves, and time with family and friends. But because life is upside down, it is the opposite. We have no time with God, no time with ourselves, and no time with our family and friends. All our time is spent slaving for money, right? Either at work, on the way to work, in the traffic, at school, at church, at this and this club, at this and this meeting, this, that. But the most important activities, we don't have no time. And guess what? If you do not have time for God, for yourself, and for your family and friends, you're going to always feel stressed. Because I done already show you. So those are the most important things to control stress. So it is very obvious that if you don't have the time for these things, you're gonna be continuously stressed. Isn't it sad? So what have I found is what I have found, even in this lockdown that we're experiencing, the isolation, the loneliness is stressing out people, stressing them out. And this is just a good example to show you how important time with family and friends is. Because it's not just about when you go through a stress and you need support from people, you know. It's not just that. It is that human beings are social creatures. We are meant to be around people. It is how God make us. We are not meant to be loners. We are meant to be together. So these are the things that after you come out after the lockdown, after they lift the lockdown, these are the things you will need to work on. Let me say them again. Time with your God, time for yourself, and time with family and friends. And it's not just when you're stressed that you must go to your God, or you need to make time for self-love, self-care, or time with friends. It needs to be your routine. You see, when you have time for yourself, you won't even need to say, boy, I need to go relax, I need vacation, because you would have already had time for yourself. Let me tell you what I mean. All right, so relaxing activities, going to the beach, partying, going to church, going to a hotel, going on vacation, going to a massage. What else people do? I'm doing my hair, I'm doing my nails, blah, blah, blah. For the men, it's them music, them car, them sports, things like that, right? Them bar and etc. Because these relaxing activities are to help us to unwind. Right? But you just imagine that if you had been scheduling time for yourself, time to be with yourself. And let me tell you how we can tell you this. From this lockdown, I've had a lot more time for myself, right? And I can feel the difference. Can you feel the difference? You can feel the difference because now I don't have to rush when I season up the meat. Yes, I cook for my family. I believe in cooking for family, right? So, before, maybe when you rush, you did just throw on some powder seasoning. Now you have the time to cut up the scallion, the onion, the garlic, and then you rub it up and you put in your love, right? You women know what I'm talking about, right? Because you have time. You're in your farm, you're growing your plants, you're in nature, you have time with yourself. Maybe you have some animals that you're raising. You have time for yourself, time by yourself. Maybe you soak your foot in a basin with water, give yourself a little pedicure. When you have time for yourself. You have time for yourself. Time to meditate and think about stuff. And when you're in lockdown, you realize all the little things will bother you. Because you're too busy, you never have time to think about it. But because you're in the lockdown now, them start come up in your mind. You have time for yourself. Maybe if you're at work, you wouldn't have time to listen to Dr. Jen video so much. You have time for yourself. And this time is important because this is the time you get to do what I call housekeeping. Housekeeping in a hotel sense is, you clean and spread the beds and dust and all of that. This is the time now you get to clean up all the thoughts in your mind that need to deal with, right? Maybe the time that you didn't need to spend with your family and spouse and the children. Maybe it's now you realize and say, you're homeschooling the children and realize and say, boy, this one can't spell good enough. Let me help them with the spelling. This one need extra help with the maths. You have time for yourself. Rather than the teacher come say to you, boy, Johnny failing at maths and it stress you out. Oh God, all the maths so poor. How the people not do good in the maths. You have time for yourself. Time. Time for fun. Time for enjoyment. Wait till you're stressed out and say, oh, well, I work really hard and I'm stressed, so I deserve this vacation. No. You make time for yourself. You make time for fun. You make time for enjoyment. And fun don't need to cost a bag of money either. You understand? Fun can just be you maybe doing your nails. Maybe you give yourself your own little manicure. Time. Look here. Sometimes I'm so ready to cream my hair. But because I'm on the lockdown, I have time to rub it up. What this moisturizer name? I have time for myself. Understand? Good. And then, once we're out of the lockdown, we have time to socialize. Time. We have to make the time. Time to socialize, to be with our family, to be with our friends. You have to make the time. You probably would have preferred me come on here and say, okay, all people need to have self-love and do self-care. After working hard, you should budget a certain amount of money and go to ATI party or go to whichever hotel, all inclusive or such and such. You're not gonna hear me say that. I'm not saying you cannot do these things, you know, but that is just putting a band-aid on a cut. The solution for the problem is you have to make time with your God, time with yourself, and time with your family and friends. Okay? So that you are coping better with stress. So when the stress them come, and they will, because your name human and we live in a life that the stress them will come, right? So when the stress come, you have your God, because you've been talking to your God. You know yourself, you've been working on yourself, and you have the support of your family and friends, your network. Maybe you have a prayer partner. Maybe you have a friend you can call. You know? You get me? Time. That is how you manage stress. That is the, listen, that, you think of some expensive yoga retreat? Huh? No. It is prioritizing your time, your mind. And a lot of this comes from how you divide up your time. If you are totally busy, you don't have no time. Because all you're thinking about is other people work, the boss them work, what you do, what the people in the taxi say. And then you're in the taxi, and well, Barry G off the radio, but you know the taxi them love Mellow FM. So up here Barry G, you are here, and this and that and that. You don't get a time. No time to even hear yourself think. Then you come home, you pick up the kids, you come in, you have to cook if you cook, right? So you're eating some little junk. Let me call a spade. We're eating junk. Some little hurry come up food, right? We now make the vegetables them. Some little rush food, right? So we're not eating the right foods. Then we come in, the kids have a bed, we have a bed, homework to do, this, that. Get ready for tomorrow. This have a iron, this, that. When is there any time? No time for God. No time for yourself. No time for family. What is the personality of your children? When last you carry your children to the park to, sit down and reason with your picnic them? Your mother, your father, if them alive, your aunts, your uncle, your family. Where you say you're a family person. These are, look here. I tell you, right is wrong and left is right, Upside down world. But you can't say you don't know now. What a long video. I am winding down. So we have dealt with the most important things to manage stress. Now let's go into the more minor things, but also helpful. Exercise. Exercise. We all know exercise helps with stress. Walking, aerobics, gym, whatever you like to do. I love to dance. I love to dance. I will just put on some YouTube music. It not have reggae, soca, anything. I love Whitney Houston. You know, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel, yeah, man. Anything. Just dance, right? Anything that moves the body, gets the endorphins raised, elevates the mood, right? Reducing your stress, right? And we know exercise helps everything else. Respiratory system, heart, cardiovascular, immune system, etc., etc. I don't think I have to say wholly. Stretching is also very helpful while exercising. Stretching, deep breathing. I don't know. There is just something about stretching that is so relaxing and therapeutic. You know, stretching. I don't really know. I didn't research that, but I'm sure somebody here, because I realize the people who watch these videos are very bright people, because I see the comments and I'm telling you, I'm learning a lot from the comments. I'm learning a lot. So if any bright spark out there know why stretching and them something is so helpful, please share it. All right. Nature. I believe in going out in nature. You know, I think it is because we are around God's creation. We are in the fresh air, the oxygen. But just seeing plants and flowers and animals. I say even the simplest little things, you know. The stars. You know, seeing a star will look extra bright in the night sky. You lift up a rock and you see some insects. Sometimes, you know, you go to a different place and you see all some insects you never see before. Some colors were pretty, some butterfly you never see before. And don't ask my mind, but there is just something therapeutic about being in nature. Me don't know. Me and water must tie. I just love the beach. I love the ocean. I believe, and if I can, I come from Ochi, so I know maybe a lot of Kingstonians are here, but the beach, there is, I don't know, there's something about walking in that sand. The sea breeze, the water, you know, nature. You know, schedule your life to incorporate these things. It affects your overall well-being, your mood, how you feel, how you view life. Because when you realize, says Master God made the ocean, like you, let me give you an example. You come and you see the shore, one point, and then next week you come back, the shoreline move, and you say, boy, you know, God, nature, the river. Well, I don't love the river so much because I cold water. But for some people, when you get all that dip in the river, man, and you know that cold water soak you, right? And the next day you feel so refreshed. You feel so refreshed. It's almost like you wash away your problems off you, right? Nature. Going into a garden, growing your own flowers. I remember my grandmother, grand aunt, who I call auntie. She had rows and rows of flowers, so beautiful. Fruit trees, plants, nature. Please come off of the couch and the chair, sit down and watch TV on your phone. And all you're doing is getting information overload with mostly information. That's going to stress you out. That's going to stress you out. Or just put junk in your mind that don't fortify your mind. Oh, God. All right, so nature. Get a hobby. You can't be slave to life forever. God gave us life more abundantly so we could enjoy it. We cannot come to Master God earth just for slave, work, slave, work. You wake up in the morning, you're tired. You go to bed, you're tired. Your face screw up and pout up and miserable the whole day. Your spouse, your children, your co-worker, that's all them see the whole day. Sour puss. Get a hobby. Get a hobby. And if your spouse have a hobby, allow them. You know, I know I have a brother-in-law, love golf. Whatever. My husband love a music. Love a music. You know, Any hobby you can find. I have a daughter love art. What are your hobbies? What are your hobbies? Find something you enjoy. Try different things. Nobody say you have to love singing, or you have to love cooking, or you have to love baking. No. Try something. If you like it, continue it. And these are the things that give us a little more purpose in life. Understand? I have tried, what have I tried recently? Well, I tried about 2 or 3 years ago. It was 3. I took up dancing. Love it. I love it. I'm so glad I tried. You know what I mean? I don't have to be great or perfect. It's not about that. It's about enjoying something. And when you enjoy it, you won't feel stressed. You understand? Good. Travel. Go see somewhere new. And I don't mean necessarily via plane. I mean when the place open up, go to a different parish. Some people, you live in this parish, you never yet see Jamaica yet. You understand? You never yet go Negril. You never go Morant Bay. You know? See somewhere new. This is how God made us, you know. God made us with this sense of adventure, of exploration, you know. And I already said that. Say no to the drama. Said that already. I think the last point I'm going to share is a lot of the times we don't realize maybe how good we have it, how privileged we have it. And not until we see people who have far less than us, who are in far worse situations, but making do we truly appreciate and have gratitude for what we have. What you are complaining about and a stress about, another person would have killed to have. You understand? So maybe you're stressed about, say, boy, you can't buy the money they don't want to buy for Sunday dinner because money short. So you have to go buy chicken again. Want me chicken again? Another person would have happy to get the 3 pound of chicken. And yet another person would have happy to get some chicken back. And yet another person would have happy to have chicken period. Because maybe I want tin boom to share for everybody. You know, and I'm not saying that to make it sound like a hard luck, but what I'm saying is that a lot of the times the perception of the things that are stressful to us, if we were able to realize that other people would be so grateful to have our stresses, is what I'm saying. You understand? So maybe when I'm stressing about my husband, many other women would have want to have a husband like mine. When me a complain about and stress about. And I'm just giving an example. You understand? So we do have to develop an attitude of being grateful and thankful. And you see, when you start focusing your mind on gratitude, it's very hard for the mind to think about anything else. Try it. God, I'm thankful that today I could come on this Facebook Live. I'm thankful that I could record it. It is not ideal. It is not this. I am still thankful. The amount of thanks you give, try and see if your mind can accommodate any other thought while you are giving thanks. It cannot. And this is all I'm going to summarize to say. Stress is real. It is with us always. Do not hug up stress. Do not hug it up. Get support. Counselor, therapist, family, friend, however you need to get it. Get support. Especially if it come on you acutely, unexpected, you never plan for it, and it's overwhelming, get the help. Alright? Because that is life. We are social creatures. We have to be around people. But this is more geared for the stresses that we hug up for too long. It becomes almost a part of us. It's almost like I hug this up and it becomes part of me every day, making me more ill. Maybe it's making me moody, sad, grumpy, anxious, miserable. You know, maybe it bothering me physically. Maybe I'm having back pain. My neck tight up every minute. Headache, migraine problem. Maybe every minute I get sinus infection. Every minute I catch flu. Every minute, my immune system down. Urine infection often. It goes on and on and on and on. You get me? It goes on and on. When we hog up these chronic stressors. But what is the solution? The solution is to realize what caused this stress in the first place. Try to get to the root of it. Right? Try and figure out what is triggering the thought of that same stress. Realizing that your mind is playing it over like a movie. All right? When you get to that point, cut the tie with the trigger. Has to be conscious. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be months, weeks, months, maybe years. Get a journal, write it down, stick to it. You're going to fail, but stick to it. Guard your mind from the nonsense that's out there. Prioritize your time for your God, for yourself, and for your family. Create the time for relaxing activities. And watch your stress level go down. Let me tell you how you know your stress level going down. Because you're going to find that you find that you have the energy to cope better with stuff. You're going to realize, and people are going to start saying it to you. They're going to say, oh, wow. What a way you seem more in control. Because you're going to find that you are coping better. But it is a process. This is not like you have a throat infection and you go to the doctor and you get antibiotic and it fixes it in 2 days. This is a process. Just as how it took years to get in the habit of stressing out and panicking easy, it's going to take a while to get out of the habit, to create new habits. This that I've shared to you is a basic blueprint. Because you have to bear in mind, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist. This is from, I would say, God-given wisdom and studying on these matters in my journey to help myself. And I've found that you see certain patterns. I can almost predict certain things now because the patterns are so evident. It's been a long video, but I think it has been a powerful video. I believe that if you are dealing with chronic stress, you have to get a book or paper. You have to watch this video several times, maybe break it up into parts and take notes. You have to get a little journal, right? And you have to write the things you want to see in your life. I believe you're to schedule time for God, yourself, and for your family and friends as a priority, not as an afterthought. Not as an afterthought. I believe you're to do these things and you will see your stress management level go down. Your stress levels rather go down. As your stress levels go down, you will see your blood pressure levels go down. You will see that your headache problem improve. You will see the rash them where used to break out on your skin reduce. You're gonna it start to have a ripple effect on other areas of your life. Understand? So, I think that's the end of my presentation on stress. I am just gonna look through some of the comments. Although I'm kind of tired after I give this talk. You know, usually when I give this talk, I kind of have to take a little break too. But what I'll do when I get a chance, I'm going to read the comments and reply to them. Okay, thank you. Let me tell you something. I appreciate the encouragement. You see, when you leave those comments, I appreciate them. It's a blessing for my soul. It makes me feel like it is worth it, you know. And I truly, I consider it an honor. When I can sit down in an office with one patient in front of me, I consider it an honor and a blessing that I can be on Facebook and maybe hundreds of people get the information instead of one, you know. And there's this story in the Bible where this sower sowed seed on good ground, rocky ground, thorny ground, you know that story. So even if not everybody like the message or get anything from it, I appreciate that if only 1 out of 4, 25%, a quarter of people I think it will be impactful. And when you learn whatever you have to learn, and maybe you had already been learning yourself, maybe these were things you know already, and this is confirmation, you know. So you start now connect the dots, and then you yourself now are going to help your family, help your children. Because listen, you know, one of the things I used to pray is that I do not want my children to develop bad stress management habits. I don't want them to be the type that stress out over this and stress out over a bad grade in school, and if them team lose, them for stress. No. So that was my initial motivation with learning for myself. But bless God, you know. Yes. So I think that's it for today. And as I said, after Corona done, I will be doing speaking engagements because I'm really enjoying. See, if I never do this, I won't realize how much I enjoy it. Right? And teaching and that sort of thing. So, this has been Dr. Jen from drjenmed.com. Blessings. Remember to share, because I'm sure a lot of people can benefit from the information, you know. I think it's needed. And one last thing, because you know the country soon open up, and I just wanted to say, and that's what we're going to talk about next week, about how to prepare for the country opening up. That's the topic next week, right? But I mean this week, because today's Sunday. But what I wanted to say, remember, if you remember, there's one of those videos that in the early part when we just started in March or so, I was telling you to immunize your mind, to prepare your mind for the stress and the grief and the loss with Corona lockdown. You know, are you seeing now how important that video was? Because in preparing yourself, maybe a lot of people around you are traumatized now, who have been laid off, who go through just a whole panic. You understand? So I was trying to prepare you because I could see this coming from it. You understand? And I'm just so thankful for that privilege. I'm just so thankful. Anyway, what am I? I'm going to go cook dinner. All right? So until next time, it's been Dr. Jen from drjenmed.com. Bye.